the first topic of conversation here to start today's show, and it goes to one Ben Davis. Alabama linebacker Ben Davis has now entered his name into the NCAA transfer portal. This happened today. He announced that he will be putting his name into the portal. Davis, of whom came to Alabama 2016 as a 5-star from Gordo High School here in Alabama, the top inside linebacker prospect upon him enrolling onto the campus. And he was a big deal, when he first came. I know Gordo, a small school, his father, Wayne Davis, was the all-time leader in tackles at the University of Alabama, 327 stops. And people just felt that when Ben came to Alabama, they felt like, you guys felt like he was going to be larger than life, big-time star, big-time playmaker, marquee guy, marquee talent. When he and Mack Wilson came together, a lot of people felt like this was going to be the reincarnation of Donta Hightower and Courtney Upshaw, so to speak. It never manifested as that, and particularly for Ben, he never materialized into being just a big-time asset to the program. Now, of course, Ben was able to earn his degree. He got his degree in his 5 years at Alabama. He was able to win, he was able to win 3 SEC championships in 2016, 2018, and 2020. Got a couple of national titles in 2017 and 2020. So he got his degree. He got his hardware in terms of the rings and the championships, but never materialized as a 5-star to being a just phenomenal player on the field. And it sucks because, like I mentioned, he came in as the top inside linebacker prospect in this class. Like, everybody knew Ben. Coming from Gordo, everybody knew Ben, and everybody had such high expectations that he would come to Alabama and just become a megastar due to, once again, him being a legacy guy. And when you are a legacy guy, when you have a father, a grandfather, an uncle, a big cousin, somebody in your family goes to the University of Alabama and plays football for this program, and they are a big success at the program, and they are loved by the program and by the fans of the program, then they expect you as the offspring to come in and be able to recapture the essence that the legacy name, brought there initially. And Wayne Davis, 327 career tackles, the all-time leader. Like, he was loved, he was cherished, he was special. Wayne Davis was big time. So people felt like, okay, if Wayne was big time, and this is Wayne's son, Ben is going to be big time. And I remember his ceremony when he signed his national letter of intent. He had the little houndstooth hat on, and people were cheering, people were celebrating, people were dancing in the streets. Like, people were like, we got Ben Davis. This is a big freaking deal. Like, this is going to be the man. He's going to set the roof on fire. He's going to take the top off the Maserati. Like, Ben is going to be the truth. And he comes in, he redshirts his initial freshman year, 2016, and then the next 2 years, he doesn't see the field. He has a hard time sort of processing things, learning things, seeing field time, getting action, has a just difficult situation in terms of processing what he's supposed to do, who he's supposed to be, and how he's supposed to be playing. In the next 2 seasons, 2017 and 18, he only plays in 3 games. And then he's moved to outside linebacker before the 2019 season as Sal Sunseri comes in to be the position coach. In 2019, he's finally able to play in games. He got in 11. He got on the field in 11 games, but only manifested 4 tackles, including 1 sack against Mississippi State. And people felt like when he got that sack against the Bulldogs, the thought was, okay, here's the moment for Ben. Now the lights turned on. He's got the sack. He got on the field. He was able to do some things. Now the light bulb comes on for Ben. And I remember in the offseason, prior to the start of a 2020 campaign, so many credible people inside the program were telling me, Ben's got it now. He's locked in now. Mentally, he's focused now. You heard in different press conferences, Pete Golding talked about, Ben's a leader. He's teaching the young guys on Zoom. He's, really putting in the work in the offseason, whether it's in the film room, in the training room, on the field, getting his body right, getting his mental prepared. Like, all signs pointed to Davis being a starter or potentially being a marquee contributor in the last season. But unfortunately, during the last few weeks of fall camp, somehow, some way, in some form, Will Anderson comes through, swoops the starting job at Jack linebacker away from Ben, and this past year, Ben rarely sees the field. I mean, he's on there, but he takes the field in garbage time. He takes the field where the game is pretty much, already in hand, and it's a disappointment. It sucks. It hurts to see how, as a 5-star, he never got a chance to materialize, and that's why, the statement's always been, it doesn't matter if you are a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. What Nick Saban wants to see is, can you produce? Can you dominate? Can you be consistent? And that's the one thing that Saban has always harped on. Can you be consistent no matter what your star rating is, no matter what your classification is? Can you be consistent on the field as a player? And unfortunately for Davis there, just did not have that consistency, all the way through it, and just struggled to be able to get on the field. But, like I mentioned, he's got his degree. He got some championship rings, so now he has the opportunity to go somewhere else, and maybe in his new home, maybe in his different spot in college football, in a different program, he can manifest and become a big-time player at a new, different program. But the guys that do benefit with Davis exiting to the transfer portal, you look at King Wakuda, you look at Jerez Parks, and you look at Drew Sanders. All three of these guys, with Ben Davis out, they have an opportunity to really get even more playing time, get their feet more so entrenched into the system, the process, the strategy, the scheme of Alabama football. So this opens the door to a King Wakuda. This opens the door to a Jerez Parks who, cried on National Signing Day in the 2018 class because he wanted to be at Bama that bad, and he had to come in the spring of 2019. So this is big for Jerez Parks. This is big for King Wakuda. This is big for Drew Sanders. Which of the three can really pop and be something and take ownership or take command of this spot? Left behind by Ben Davis. We will see what happens, but Davis just unfortunately could not materialize into being what we wanted him to be, what we thought he could be, but it is what it is there. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.